My name is Ariel Arias. I am the CEO and founder of Totwise Studios, a video game company from Argentina. Totwise is focusing in virtual reality games and experiences based in a universe called the HAM universe, which is a universe I created all along my life in form of writing novels and right now in virtual reality experiences. I know that many people got confused about the HAM and the HAM abductions. The whole thing is the HAM universe. It's one universe that contains many stories and many possible games to tell, to create. I started with this universe as a first kick with the HAM, but the HAM was the game about the alien invasion, but I decided to put on hold that project for the moment, not cancel it, just put on hold, and do another approach to the same universe, which is the HAM abductions, which is a little smaller for a team like us. We are a really small team right now, but it's the same universe. But you can expect for the future more applications and experiences are video games for the same universe with the name of the HAM. The universe, I was creating this universe for 20 years maybe. So as a creative person I am, this universe is that personal for me. I don't know for what point take the first attempt. That's why I tried the first attempt. I changed my mind. I'm now trying other attempt, but I think I'm pretty confident that we found a good way to start with this universe. We are a small team, right? But we raised some funding, thankfully, to start growing up. And we are talking about keep growing up because thanks to virtual reality, which is growing a lot this year, and we can expect consumer versions for the next year. We have now a lot of new open doors to create derivated projects from the same universe. So we are experimenting. We are trying different ways to attempt this. But I can say you that we are not only doing right now the HAM abductions, but also another experiences for Samsung Gear VR and for mobile. It's confirmed. We are already developing for Project Morpheus, but we still are not allowed to share our work with PlayStation, but we are on it. Right now, for abductions, only abductions, I can confirm you we are working for Morpheus, for Oculus. We are on the road trying to confirm Vive 2. We are working on Gear VR, we are working on Oculus, and we are working on Morpheus. And the only left, I think, is Vive, right? But I'm pretty sure that we will have hands in it pretty soon. Trying to make something multi-platform with all the difference between these headsets is pretty difficult. We were experimenting great stuff with the input of moves, which is really great, but it doesn't work for PC, for example. So we are trying to balance everything and try for this first game, waiting or trying to help to the standard in this industry. We are trying to make something more narrative and not relying that so much in the input, and trying to explore more the environments and the virtual reality interactions with the eyes and with the head, and a little with the movement, and not that much with your hands, because there are great inputs like Vive is great, Move is great. In PC are many companies doing great stuff, still experimental, and that's the problem. So we are experimenting. We are trying to make stuff for different platforms, but for the HAM abduction, unless we are trying to make something balanced to bring a possible version for all the platforms. There are some details I cannot share, but there are some possibilities of go first PlayStation 4 only. We still didn't decide that. We need to talk with Sony. We need to talk with different companies. But if we go for the end of this year, we will support first other headsets and then try to make a port. But we are making the best effort to try to go straight to the headsets and don't need to wait or don't need to make some people cannot play in the new headsets our experiences. It's a really hard work, but we are working on that. For the hand abductions, for the complete game, we are expecting to release it for the final of this year with the incoming release of the consumer version of the different headsets, or beginning of the next year. We wanted to release it before because we couldn't, but I changed my mind a little because I think it's better for the consumer, not only for us, for the consumer to have a good experience with the final consumer version and not just a prototype. And people need to understand at first sight or on the first impact all the whole experience. When I mean people, I mean the massive consumers, right? So we want to follow that movement. We want to follow these companies making these great headsets, and I think that for abductions, the best time frame is that. I think the best for us and for the people following the project is to release a well-made game. Anyway, all along this year we will release some demos or experiences, side experiences for other platforms too. No, the experience for Gear VR are not announced yet. I'm announcing it right now, but without name. But are based on the novels, like short stories, with not so much interaction actually, but more like narrative cinematic experiences, but based in the same universe too. But I will announce about that really soon. The E3 is incoming, and I planning to talk about that soon. After the Kickstarter that, as you say, failed, we kept working. I kept working alone actually, but the project kept alive, and people still wanted to see more. So I gained some tracking, and thanks to that, I was called for Rottenberg Ventures Reverse program, which is the first incubator for virtual reality startups in the world. And I'm so fortunate about that. I'm so thankful about that. They made a first investment on us, and not for starting creating a team, and not for creating a good fundamentals for this universe. So yes, it's the first step. We still need. We are looking for more, of course, but it's enough to work some months and show our actual potential to the people, yes. In parallel, we are experimenting a lot with virtual reality because we are super enthusiastic about virtual reality, not only about the games. So that plan is a little more experimental, will depends on funding, will depends on many stuff, but we don't just only make another game. We want to really grasp this new era of virtual reality. So we are working in parallel in experimental experiences and experimental with VR, and the solid steps for our studio and to grow up with these abductions. And it's basically a roadmap for us.